Welcome to SnapLenz Visual Design Education, your go-to partners for mastering Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom. We're unlocking creative editing solutions and diving deep into the world of photography. I'm Ty Schwartz, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this journey. Together, we'll explore the latest techniques, tips, and tricks to elevate your visual storytelling to the next level. From mastering the basics to pushing the boundaries of your creativity, SnapLenz Visual Design Education is here to empower you with the knowledge and skills you need to unleash your artistic potential. So grab your favorite beverage, fire up your editing software, and join us as we embark on this exciting journey together. Let's turn our visions into masterpieces, one click at a time. All right, so while everybody was out, or actually I had paused the video, what I had ended up doing is taking and upload, or actually I edited all these images. Let me show you what they look like here. So these are the images I edited. So the first three you saw me edit, and then I went through and I had 41 originally that I selected out of almost 1,700 images. Well, I mean, I could have done more, but I had very specific reasons on why I selected these images. Now, these images here, I definitely wanted to have some type of farmer's market. I tried to purposely took these photographs for this kind of lesson, which is crazy because I've been thinking about doing this kind of stuff for 2 years. But by the time my schedule and everything gets around to doing it, that's the funny part is sometimes I talk about things and think about things and then gradually get to it. So what it's doing right now is basically this is what I did. I went back over to my pictures here. Let me do this right here. These are the pictures I selected. Okay, these are the flagged images I selected right here. Now, I can say a lot of different things. People put stars, they pick colors. I mean, it's really, everybody kind of does it differently. And I'm going to do a lesson on exactly how to do calling properly. Like if you're shooting weddings and things like that, I do it for pretty much everything. And I'm going to show how to go through the entire Lightroom process. This is just my process. Everybody's process is a little bit different. This is just how I learned how to do it to make my life easier and more organized. I used the flag system. So I took these, I had 41 images originally, and then what I did is I broke it down into 35 images that I liked, and then I color corrected, I made some crops, I made some changes, I took out some people that I didn't like this alley here. There was actually 2 people in this, and I just took it out and cleaned it up and made it a little bit better for me. Now, like I said, the images that you see here, these are lightly color corrected, I didn't do a huge amount of photoshopping to them. I just like to do a couple of things when it comes to editing, and that's just personal preference. What happens is as you start to figure out what you like and what you don't like, then you just kind of modify your editing to that. So I'm still waiting for these 5 images to upload to Adobe Stock. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to get a thing to say, hey, let's go over to Adobe Stock and let's take a look at what we have published. So there's 2 settings. So what I do normally, let me go back here to my 2022, and then we'll go over here to the flagged. What I do is once I have all these images, I hit Control A. Here we go, and Control A. It's not going to let me do that, I don't think, because let me do this, and I'll hit Shift. Okay, so I think it's doing that because I'm uploading. So I just take all 35 of these images, I take them, and I drag them right here to where it says Adobe Stock. I can also do it for Flickr. There's some other services that I have here, but we're just going to talk about Adobe Stock here because I like Adobe Stock because they're probably the toughest ones on photographers. Your images get really nitpicked a lot more than other services, in my opinion. And so notice here, my keywords are still here. I haven't touched the keywords, and that's all embedded into the images. But when we go into Adobe Stock, I'm going to show you how to update and correct everything. So now we have everything here. So new to publish. So we have these 4 images we're still waiting on. And let me see if I can go here. Let's go here. Probably in review. Let's look here. New releases. So I don't have anything right now from Adobe because no, they're showing up here. So let me see if I can bring this over here and make it go big. I don't really want to go too much into it. Let me make sure I can do that here. Make that go down. I'm going to have to watch it. Okay, so the reason I didn't do anything here, let me move me down out of the way here. So let's just go to this image right here. This is the very last image. This is the very first image. They don't really have any set order. So let's just go to this image right here. This is in Nice, France. And so here we go. So it's photos. And then the category is going to be travel. And you can go through the travel. So animals, buildings. So I would probably select buildings and architecture. I'm writing this in English. I'm not going to do illustrative. Created using generative AI tools. And if I was doing AI stuff, and then it's going to ask me recognizable. Well, I'm sorry. If I'm doing if I'm doing generative AI stuff, I want to say, hey, I'm doing this. The reason is because they're going to know. There's a lot of information backdoor of Adobe Photoshop and different things. So they can tell exactly what you did and didn't do with these images. Recognizable people or property, I'm going to say no. And then I'm just going to leave, this is the date, 4/18. I'm going to leave that there. I can take out that. So now we're going to get into keywords. And what I'm going to do here, max of 200, okay, title suggestions, narrow street country, narrow street in a town. So I'm going to do that, narrow street in a town. So I'm going to give it a title. That's my title. I'm going to go here and I'm going to hit Control A and I'm going to get rid of that. I need to add some, and I'm going to add a street. So it's going to give me suggestions based on, it's going to give me a suggestion based on what the AI is picking up on this. I'm going to say Europe, building, narrow. It's not in Italy, but I'm going to say an alley, house, travel, maybe some travel, urban, houses, Italian, road, wall, stone, France. I'm going to say historic, and I'm going to add buildings. And one of the things that it does, European, I don't like that, so I'm just going to go Europe and add that. So right now I have a couple of keywords, and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 keywords for this. Now the secret is Google only actually really goes into 10. So when I'm looking at this, I might just add yellow building. And I might say Nice, France. I don't usually like, there we go. I think that's, no, I got France in there twice, so I'm just going to put Nice. All right, so I'm going to put that Europe in too because it's lowercase. Not everybody uses it lowercase. I could get away with, see how my spell check is telling me to do that. So now I'm happy with this right here. I can use this if I wanted to select multiple files, or if I've already done all the keywords. So it's really important when you are doing stuff in Lightroom that you do all the keywords there, But I have found that as I'm uploading, they give me better keywords than what I can think of. And they're giving me keywords that buyers are looking for. So these are keywords that are going to pop up in searches for buyers. And that's all these images are for. These images are for me to sell to people, and I want to sell them. And if I'm using their words or their mindsets, then I want to come up with the best sets of keywords as I can. So I'm just going through here, and I'm going to be selecting a couple of things here. Stone, Walnut Road, buildings. So there's an S there. Village. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit submit one file. I've reviewed the submission guidelines and confirm in particular that I added a model release for each recognizable person. Didn't have to do that. I purposely, if I'm not taking a model release with me, now I'm getting ready to go to New York, and I'm photographing a lot of things, and I'm going to have a bag full of model releases because of what we're doing. I made sure that I went through, and there's no logos, there's no trademarks, there's no intellectual property. And my content is not titled to imply an actual depiction of a newsworthy event. I'm not using AI generated items. And if my content is AI generated, I have not generated it with reference to other artists in the prompt. And that's very important. So this is what I'm telling Adobe. Hey, I didn't do this. I understand that my account can be suspended if I breach the guidelines. Now, that's extremely important, that if I'm telling Adobe that I'm not doing any of this stuff, or I'm doing exactly what they're asking me to do, then I'm fine. But if I'm trying to bypass their system or get images uploaded just to get images uploaded, that's dishonest. And you want to be as honest as you can, because this is long-term uploading of stuff. So I might still get money 5 years from now from one of these images. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to increase the amount of images that I have uploaded because every month when I have it set up, so every month when I get told how many images were downloaded, or I get paid. I get money right into my checking account. And it happens every single month. And that is what the purpose is for me. So I'm going to click, please click on all images containing a cat, which is funny. My little kitty decided to hide in. So now I'm going to select that one image, and there we go. So do not submit generative AI content, and your files are successfully submitted. So now I'm going to go to the second one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through every single one of these 35 images. And it takes about 35 images. If I'm not doing the video, it takes about 15 to 30 minutes. It all depends on how deep I go into it. But then it'll go to Adobe. Adobe will review it and then tell me which ones they accepted. They're not going to accept every single one of these 35. They, in my opinion, and what I'm guesstimating from my experience, they're going to probably pick up maybe 22, 23 of them. So that's why you want to be very, very discerning when you are uploading images, because you're spending time, and time is money, and you need to understand that you need to pay attention to your return on investment. If I'm going to spend, so I spent an hour already on editing and calling the videos, making this video, and I'm going to spend another 30 minutes editing out the keywords, adding titles. So then for me, it's very, very important that what I do is maximize my profitability. So if I have 22 images picked up by Adobe over the course of 1 year, my goal is to make between $150 and $200 from these 35 images, or whatever images are coming up. Now, it's not a huge amount of money, but let me explain to you. If I have 11,000 images that are up on Adobe, then guess what? I have the opportunity, 11,000 opportunities every single day that somebody's going to pick up my image and use it for something. And that is why I like stock photography, because I do love to travel. And now I have all these images that I'm not going to be able to sell to a client. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of stuff with these images. They're from my personal, I'm happy, I'm taking pictures. But now I'm able to take these photos, do trips, and now I can come up with a way to come up with a residual income to make money from the travel that I've done. Hopefully that kind of gives you a good explanation of everything and why I do things and why this is. And I will do another video once the Adobe comes back and tells me what's good, what's bad. Fingers are crossed that I've done it correctly this time, because I just want to make sure that I'm doing it correctly as I'm telling people how to do this. So until next time, I will talk to you again. Have a great evening. Okay, bye-bye.